frequency and percentage distribution in action. In this presentation, we will discuss how to organize and summarize data using categorical and group frequency distributions, identify patterns and trends, and present the results clearly for easy interpretation. In categorical frequency distribution, we will need to organize data in categories and create a frequency table showing the frequency, percentage, and grand total.
The table shows the survey result about the student satisfaction with the school, technology, and resources. 10 na tao ang nagsabi na sobrang satisfied sila, na kumbaga sa percentage isa siyang 42%, at 30 na tao naman ang nagsabi na okay naman, satisfied din sila, na mayroong 54%. At may isang tao naman nagsabi na hindi ganun ka satisfied, which is 4%. At wala namang nagsabi na sobrang hindi satisfied. Bukod sa nakikita natin sa table 1, mapapansin natin na malaking bagay ang positive feedback ng student pagdating sa school, technology at resources. 10% yung satisfied at very satisfied. Ibig sabihin na appreciate ng mga student yung effort ng school na mag-provide ng maayos at technology at materials para sa kanila. Yung 4% na dissatisfied, kahit maliit lang, ay pwedeng maging basis ng school para mag-improve pa. Baka may specific areas na kailangan i-upgrade o ayusin. Overall, maganda ang naging resulta kahit ang majority ng student ay feel supported and comfortable gamit ang school technologies and resources. Positive ito para sa learning experience nila.
So, let's go to the table 2 po. Based on the table, most of the students po ay nag-scored between 86 and 94. Yung scores po of 89 and 92 ay common po siya, with 5 students getting each. So, that's around 20.83% po. Para makuha po yung percentage na yun, you just divide the number of the students who got the score by the total number of students, which is 24. So, for 89, you can do 5 divided by 24 times 100, making it 28.83% exactly. Then, for scores like 86, 87, and 91, 3 students got each score. So, that's 12.5% po based on the table. To find that, you can divide 3 by 24, then multiply by 100. For scores like 88, 88.5, 90, 93, and 94, each was only achieved po by 1 student. So, that's 4.17%, which is calculated by 1 divided by 24 ulit times 100 po, making it 4.17% exactly. When you look at the distribution po, you'll see that the scores are really close po sa each other. And this shows that the most of the class did really well and no one really stood out too much. It's either high or low. This consistency is actually a good sign po because it means most of the students understood the class well. In the end po, even if marami pong differences, it's totally normal po since everyone learns at their own pace. But the main point po ay ang class overall, they did well po and the learning was pretty effective.
After discussing categorical frequency distribution, we will now gonna talk about group frequency distribution. Here we will be needing to determine the lowest and highest data and solve the range, determine the number of samples and solve the class size, determine the class interval, determine the lowest group, and create a group frequency distribution.
In this table, we gathered the satisfaction of the student on school, technology, and resources. Very satisfied got 10 votes, satisfied got 13 votes, dissatisfied got 1, and very dissatisfied got 0. Ito yung mga nag-vote kung nasatisfy ba sila sa technology ng NU Fairview. Maraming bagay ang NU Fairview na maganda ang technology and resources, katulad ng computer lab, science lab, at meron pang iba. Table 4 shows the final grades of the 24 students in General Chemistry 1, which is split among 4 class intervals, which are 85 to 87, 88 to 90, 91 to 93, and 94 to 96. It states that half of the students receive a grade between 88 and 90, which is 33.33% of the students, and 91 and 93, which is 37.5% of the students, suggesting that they excel in class with grades group in the higher range. Only one student, which is 4.17%, made it to the highest range of 94 to 96 grades, while 6 students, which is 25%, got a grade of 94 to 96, while 6 students, 25%, got the range from 85 to 87. This indicates that this was the lowest score group in the data provided. Both the frequency and percentage analysis shows that students scored between 88 and 93, stating outstanding overall academic success in the subject area. Aside from the mark distribution, the table provides statistical computations such as the range 8, the estimated number of classes, K equals 6, and class width. However, since the actual division produced just 4 intervals, the analysis is quite compressed. The data indicates that the final marks were reasonably consistent, with little range and no significant anomalies. The majority of grades in the mid to high intervals imply successful instruction and high student involvement. But the existence of a minority group in the lowest interval, which is 85 to 87, suggests there may still be potential for focused academic support for few students. In conclusion, the overall performance of the pupils in General Chemistry 1 was remarkably excellent, with the majority receiving outstanding grades. The findings shows that success of the method of learning, although minor gaps remains that could be dealt with through extra academics approaches. Later results can be made even better by continuing solid instructional methods and providing assistance to children in lower grade level.
After discussing the frequency and percentage distribution in action, this is some of the formula we used. First is percentage is equals to P times X, where P is proportion. Next is P equals F over N, where F is the frequency and N is the total number of observation. Next is K equals to 1 plus 3.3322 log N, where K is the number of classes. Next is R equals H minus L, where R is the range, H is the highest, and L is the lowest. Last is I equals to K over R, where I is the class interval. Our group members are Antonio J.M., Monteflor Angel, Sebastian Macoy, Torres Sean, Biernes Jehoram, and Zapata Marco.